Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the card we're making today. Here are the supplies. Crumb cake cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5. Cherry cobbler cardstock that measures 4.5 by 3.5. Crumb cake again, 4.25 by 3.25. And then we've got scraps of Whisper White and cherry cobbler for our greeting right here in our circles. I've got a doily here. Don't forget, head over to my website, leave a comment to enter to win the kit. We've already cut out our major little bow there, and it does include a Whisper White envelope. The stamp set that we're using is Watts of Occasions, and last week in my newsletter, actually I think I sent it over the weekend, I mentioned that I was going to be sharing a card similar to the one I was sending to my newsletter subscribers. So this was my, the card you guys got last week was a warm-up card. This is the card that I finally decided that I liked the most. That other one had a lot more layers than what I normally do. I like them both, but this one, it's minus a few, I think it's minus 2 layers. Okay, I'm going to score this at 4.25. I just noticed I have garden green ink on my finger. And then fold this over to form the card base. Next, we're going to get the Holly embossing folder, and we're going to emboss the front of the card, and then we're going to emboss this crumb cake layer. So I'm going to go ahead and place that in there, and then I'll pause the camera for just a second to get the big shot. Okay, so here's the big shot, and then we've got the big shot platform. I'm going to take the embossing folder and layer it in between these 2 cutting pads and run it through. I'm going to take that piece out and get my card base because we want to emboss it as well. So let me just get this out of the way for a second. Okay, so here's my front of my card, and I just want to make sure that I'm centering it on there. That looks pretty good. So this time we're going to position it like this. Place another cutting pad on top. Okay, so there we have it. Isn't it beautiful? Let me fold this back over again. This is going to get attached here, but we first want to do some sponging. So I'm going to take one of our sponges with the crumb cake ink. I'm going to also go ahead and sponge the base of the card. Okay, we'll set that aside for just a second and go ahead and attach this. Let me get my snail. This is going to get attached with dimensionals. Just going to put one in each corner. Now let's attach our doily. Just using some liquid glue. You can use your favorite adhesive. And I'm just going to place it right in the middle. I love the doilies. Okay, now let's stamp our greeting. We're using cherry cobbler ink, and I think I already told you it was the Watts of Occasion stamp set. I promised everyone that ordered the set that I was going to continue using it because I do really love it. There's just something about those light bulbs. Okay, I'm cutting out the cherry cobbler with the 2-inch circle punch. And then I'm going to cut the greeting out with the 1 3/4 circle punch. While that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and tie my bow with linen thread. I'm taking 2 pieces to make a little bow. We might have to make it smaller in just a minute. Now that this is dry, let's go ahead and sponge the edges. Okay, this is going to get popped up with a dimensional. I almost said glue dot. Okay, here's our card. Well, I put that on a little crooked. It's because my phone made a noise. And then this is going to get attached just with snail. I should have used the liquid glue. It works a little bit better in my house. Okay, and now for our little bow. I do want to trim it just a tad. And then make the little bow a little poofier. And we're going to add it with a glue dot. So I've got my paper piercer right here. I'm just going to pick it up and just kind of wad it up a tad. And then place it exactly where I want it. And then add my bow. Sometimes when I go to pick up the bow with the glue dot, it unties my bow. So that's why I use the paper piercer this time. Okay, so there they both are. Cute, aren't they? Don't forget, head over to my website, leave a comment to enter to win the kit. Have a great day. Bye.